Good evening, folks. We are here at Westside High School as the 1-1 Westside Warriors are going up against the 1-2 Omaha North Vikings here tonight on Friday, December 11th. Warriors going up against the Vikings tonight. Again, a little bit of a sloppy play in these last couple of weeks. Going up against Millard North last Saturday. Fell to Millard North 44-20 the night before. Went up against Columbus, beat Columbus 44-29. These Warriors really trying to bounce back after some sloppy play. Coming back here tonight, Ellie Tempero was out the first two games due to some ankle issues, and she is back here tonight. Won't be starting here tonight, but Clark wants us here, get some minutes. Biggest work for these teams, how to go up against Omaha North. We saw Omaha North go last night up against Columbus. They lost that game pretty heavily, and their offense is somewhat of a shorter team comparatively to what we've seen. For all those tuning in, my name is Jaden Taylor here on WTV Live. Alongside me tonight, Kaden Martin. Cade, what are you seeing from this Omaha North defense overall tonight?
I mean, not really much. The biggest issue just for their defense especially is just going to be the height of Lucy Shunlau, 6'4". That's going to be a very difficult thing to just get over the hump. Out of listed heights that I was able to find, I believe the tallest player was about 5'7". Now, if looking at the players, one or two may seem to be a little bit taller than that, but
the height's going to be an issue for these Vikings here tonight. So another district matchup we're going to see here in a couple other weeks. We might see these two teams go up against each other once again in the Metro Holiday Tournament. Of course, that one's starting Monday, November 22nd. We'll see if we're able to show some of those games. Of course, higher seed will host for all of those games up until the semifinal matchups. For the boys, it'll go to Creighton Prep. All games will be played there for the semifinals, and above for the girls. An arena for the semifinal matchups and final matchups has yet to be announced. But here tonight, we're seeing the Warriors go up against the Vikings here in our first game. We're going to see from the standings here for the NEB Preps coaches poll that came out on December 6th. We see here the Warriors, after a really tough loss going up against Millard North, not what they wanted to see up against a team like that. They drop out of the top 10 in the NEB Preps coaches poll. At the top of that list is Lincoln Pius, and we knew that coming in that this was going to be the team to beat throughout Class A. Those that know a little bit more about girl or boys basketball a little bit more than girls, this Pius team is a top 200 team in the country. They have a lot of size, multiple players that are over 6'4", 6'5". McCabe over for Fremont is really going to be the reason that they're looking to push for Fremont. And it's looking to be a 1-2 team at the top of Class A for girls basketball, somewhat of like for boys. For tonight, for the Warriors, they're really going to need a big win going up against the Vikings here tonight. Tomorrow, they're going to go up against the Norfolk Panthers. It's going to be a 2-hour drive for them. Both the girls and boys will go out there. You guys can watch that on their YouTube channel, Norfolk Public Schools, to be able to watch those games. 4:30 and 6 will be the time frames so far for those games tomorrow night. We're about 7 minutes away here from tip-off. And for these Warriors, we get Ellie Tempero back, really the senior leader for this team. This team has been known for its young core comparatively. What is Tempero as well as Sikora, as well as some of their other vocal leaders need to do to get this team back in shape?
I mean, really, it's going to focus down to just effort. Last year, there was a lot of senior players who played. Although some seniors might not play this year, in Sikora doesn't get a lot of minutes often. Being on the bench, helping her teammates gain that confidence, being able to be supportive, even if you're not playing, even as a younger player, being that leader on the bench, that's going to be a huge factor going into the season. Being confident in your ability, that is what's going to win you games.
Yeah, Sikora, overall is really going to be somewhat of the sixth man for these Warriors this season. Hasn't seen a lot of minutes so far in the first couple events. But looking at Ellie Tempero, coming back after some ankle injuries, she's going to be some limited playing time. But looking at last year as a starter, 38% field goal percentage, a 42% free throw percentage, and averaged about 2 points a game. wasn't quite as much of the offensive powerhouse that we saw in Ella Wedegren or Jasmine McGinnis Taylor last year, or Brooklyn James, but she really was that role player that allowed to give it off and be able to move the ball around quickly. I know I was talking to Clark earlier before this game. They need to move the ball more efficiently and need to move the ball in the paint more. And when you see Shanla, in the paint as, her 6'4" frame, there's not many teams that are going to be able to do well up against her. There's some teams that have that height, but going up against, teams that have that zone, that zone spread like Columbus did, they were really able to shut down Shanla for most of the night. She had a decent night, but up against those zone defenders, it can be difficult. So, Clark, looking into some of those aspects, they really want to move the ball around quickly. They want to use their speed and be confident in what they have. They have Livy Craft, a transfer from Papillion La Vista. They want to see her, fill in the role a little bit of what Brooklyn James was last year, and really want to see this overall team, grow into a good fit going into these next couple of weeks. Of course, only about 3-4 weeks of practice, some of the limited practice for this team, getting to know each other. But overall, this team's really looking to grow. So looking forward into some of the events for these next couple of nights. Westside going up against Norfolk tomorrow night. We're going to see going up against at Benson. That's going to be next week. Do not have a listed time frame for when that game is going to be exactly, or we're going to be able to watch that game. We'll get that information to you on westsidewire.net of where that game is going to be. Then they're going to be going up against Lincoln Southeast for the last regular season game before break going into the Metro Conference Tournament. And, of course, the Metro Conference Tournament going to start Monday, December 22nd, right before break. We've got a few days in for those first events. The final few semifinals and finals will start off after both Christmas Eve and Christmas. So we're about 4 minutes away from tip-off here. Warriors going up against Omaha North. Going to be needs to be a big statement win for these Warriors coming in when we come back on Warrior Television. Warriors going up against the Omaha North Vikings here tonight. We're going to see our starters for the Warriors here tonight. We're going to start it off somewhat of the same situation that we saw last week up against Columbus. At point guard, we're going to see Madeline Siebler. At shooting guard, we're going to see Adriana DePrima. At the other shooting guard position, we're going to see number 22, Caitlin Hanna. At another shooting guard position, a little bit of a shooting forward as well. We're going to see Livy Craft, number 23. And at center, the 6'4" product from Duchesne, number 42, Lucy Shanla. For Omaha North tonight, we're going to see number 3, Brooklyn Patterson, number 5, Ella Hotzklaw, number 14, Andrea Waller, number 23, Kiana Moten, And number 24, Demia Haley. And, I mean, the really, big part to look at for, these Vikings here tonight, I mean, Kiana Moten, what a season she has had, although, I mean, there hasn't been a lot of backing up for the rest of this team. But Moten averages 24 points per game in her 3 games so far, averages 5 rebounds and a steal. Last season, a little bit as a junior, had 7 points, 3.1 rebounds, and about a 0.3 of assists a game with another 1.4 steals. But a 90% free throw shooter. And we're going to get ready for our Star Spangled Banner and get ready for tip.
Now here's a starting lineup for your Westside Warriors. At court, a 5'9" junior, number 11, Natalie Seaver. At guard, 5'6" junior, number 20, Adriana Caprina. At guard, a junior, she's 5'5", number 22, Caitlin Hanna. At guard, a 5'7" junior, number 23, Olivia Brown. And at court, a 6'4" sophomore, number 42, Lucy Shamla. Jersey coach by head coach, Steve Hunt, assisted by Tom Roscoe, Jaden Taylor, Thomas Benedetto, and Mackenzie Johnson. Your officials for tonight's contest are MKB, Troy Willett, and Kim Middleston. Each individual is a member of the NSA.
And we're just moments away from tip-off here at Westside High School. We're going to see Holtzclaw and Shanla for the tip. And they'll switch it up. We'll see Haley and Shanla looking for the tip. Shanla 2 for 2 in her attempt so far this season. The Warriors looking to get on the right side of 500 after this game tonight. Tip will go the Vikings' way. Moten will work the ball up court. Looking for the contested three off the bank, no good. Adriana DePrima will try to bring it up court. Siebler will get the ball to Prima. Good pass over to Siebler. She'll drive in, cut in, looking for the layup. No good. Put back. Shanla, no good. Tip back out. And Omaha North will bring it back up court. Ball will go out, and it'll stay to the Warriors. Patterson unable to work it out after a double coverage on the side. I think something we're going to see a lot tonight from the Warriors is some full court press. Of course, Caitlin Hanna looking for the three in the corner. No good. And Moten will bring it back up for the Vikings.
We saw it on that last play, a very quick three from Moten. That's possibly going to be a very big point of emphasis for this North offense. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's really what this North offense has been so far this season. We're going to see an offensive foul on Patterson. It'll go the other way. But like we were talking, I mean, she's really been the life and blood of this Vikings offense so far this season. And they're looking to count on her for some big games. Hannah will bring it up court, looking to get some points here to start it off. Going to kick it out to Livy Kraft, over to Caitlin Hanna. Ball will go out. It looks like it'll be a foul going the other way. Sorry, we had some mishaps with our clock here tonight. And we'll start it back up. Shanla, first points of the night. It'll go back the Warriors' way. DePrima looking to put up the layup. It is up and good, and it's 4-0 in favor of the Warriors. Still working that full court press. Gonna have to get it over. Waller will bring it back up court on DePrima. She'll pass it over to Patterson. Out to Moten in the corner. Try to bring it back up the middle. Haley will put it up, no good, over the outside of Patterson. Rebound, still hit up in the air. Whose ball is it? And it'll go to the Warriors. 6:17 left to go here in this first quarter. And we got the clock set up right. We're going to have Hannah bring it back out the court for the Warriors. Pass will go out to Livy Kraft. She'll get out to Shanla out in the corner. To Madeline Seaver, drives in, lays up, no good. And the Vikings will bring it back up court. Pass over to Moten. She'll look to drive in on Siebler. It is put up, no good. The Warriors will bring it back out. Siebler trying to give it off to Hannah. She'll drive up court, looking to pass out to DePrima. She's looking for the three in the corner. No, off the mark, no good. Kraft will get the rebound. Shanla will drive in, put up a little floater, and it's good. And it'll be a timeout for the Vikings. And right there we see exactly how dangerous Lucy Shanla is. 4 points out of the 6 so far. 5:40 left to go here in this first quarter. That's really what the Warriors need so far. They want to see a lot of man setup. They don't really like the zone. You know, working back and forth in the paint. When Lucy Shanla is able to have the space that she needs, she's dangerous.
I mean, yeah, especially with this North offense, especially with this North defense, they're playing inside of the three-point line. They want the Warriors to shoot those corner threes, make them make their shots, make the Warriors play themselves out of this game. The problem is the Warriors want to drive in and give it to Schonlau. Their defense has got to be a lot better at shutting down Schonlau, fronting her, being behind her as well, just cutting her off from as many points to score as possible. Now that's going to be difficult for a player who's 6'4", but just being able to limit how many attempts she gets, that's going to be the key for this off. That's going to be the key for this defense.
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, that's why I think Coach Daly really wanted to talk to you right there. Maybe look for a zone option up in the paint and be able to get it past half court. The defense for the Warriors have been good so far here in this first quarter. Haley will drive in, look for a round for a floater up, and banks it in. Good shot working around for Andrea Waller. Hannah will bring it up, cut it out, and we blocked. Ball will go out off of Livy Kraft, and the Vikings will get the ball back. Moten double team up the middle. Patterson will drive in looking for the floater herself, and she'll draw the foul. 5:14 left to go here in this first quarter. And I think that's what Patterson really needs to do at her short stature comparatively to a lot of the players on these teams. She really needs to drive a lot of opportunities, force fouls, and give herself really good opportunities at the charity strike.
Well, I mean, it's not really shooting as well. Being that short, going against a 6'4" player, being able to drive into the lane, as you said, getting those fouls, but especially being able to pass out if help defense comes. That's going to be the most important part.
Looks like Moten drove in too early on the foul shot, and to go to the Warriors. And Hannah will bring it back up court. She'll pass out to DePrima. Long throw over to Shanla. She'll put up the shot, no good. That was an errant throw. And they'll call a travel. Patterson unable to get the ball up court. And it'll be another turnover for the Vikings. The Warriors will look to capitalize. Siebler. Cross-court pass over to Livy Kraft. Going to go out to Kraft once again for the three opportunity. And it's good. Livy Kraft, first three of the night. And I know Clark is looking to see a lot of those this season. Vikings looking to try to get it back up court. Errant pass going to go to Madeline Siebler. Hannah going to look for the layup. It is up and good. And Clark is liking his defense so far here tonight. The Vikings looking to bring it back up court. Moten will pass it over to Waller. Trying to work on Shanla. She'll drive in. And it's blocked. Lucy Shanla blocks it out of bounds. Will stay Vikings ball. Holtzclaw will pass it over to Waller. She'll drive in on Shanla. Tipped again, and Shanla will get the ball back. L.A. Tempero will check into the ball game. She'll drive in on Moten, look for the layup. Won't get a foul. Sakura's shot is no good, and it'll go back the other way. Patterson will bring it back up court, looking to slow it down. Three opportunity, and off the mark, no good, and that one will go out. So Sakura, Tempero, and Chaney Thompson check into the ball game for the Warriors. And Todd Belvin will come in for the Vikings. Cross-court pass over to Ruby Sakura. She's looking for the three. No good off the mark, out the back end. Pass will go out. Tempero. Pass over to Chaney Thompson. Back to Tempero. She'll look for the open three. And off the back iron, no good. Rebound, no good. And there'll be another travel on the Vikings. And it'll stay Warrior ball. 5 turnovers already tonight for the Vikings.
Sakura did an excellent job crushing the boards there. Just unlucky to not come up with that rebound.
Pass will go out to Shanla. She'll work it back to Tempero. At the top of the key, we'll cut it out to Livy Kraft. In the corner, 4-3, no good. Sakura will get the rebound, but she stepped out. 3:22 left to go here in this first quarter. Warriors with a commanding 8-point lead. Pass will go over to Belvin. Maxwell will drive in on Ruby Sakura. Sakura will get the steal. Chaney Thompson trying to bring the ball back up the court for the Warriors. Double team on the outside. Ruby Sakura. Give it up to Shanla. She'll drive in. Layup is up and no good. And the Vikings will bring it back.
Patterson did an excellent job on defense there. Full foot of difference and stopped the shot.
Great shot. The Vikings will cut the lead 2-6, or cut the deficit 2-6, Shanla, easy layup up and in. Great movement by the Warriors offense. And results in 2 points. Vikings need to get the ball back up court, looking close to an 8-second call. And at 7, they bring it back over. Patterson going to cut out to Maxwell. And it'll be another travel on her second since she's checked into the ball game. Caitlin Hanna and Madeline Siebler will check in as Shanla and Livy Kraft check out. And really looking to keep the tempo for these Warriors. Shane Thompson, 4-3 in the corner, no good. Tempero with the rebound, she'll drive in, and it'll be a foul. They'll keep that on Ella Holtzclaw. That's her first of the night, third for the Vikings. Siebler will give it off to Hannah. She'll drive up to the top of the key. She'll kick it out to Shane Thompson. She'll drive in the lane, out to LA Tempero. 4-3, and air ball no good. Rebound, Siebler will force the foul. And she'll get 2 shots. Foul will go on Kiana Moten. Her first of the night. Siebler this season, 50% from the charity strike, 56% last season. Above average in Nebraska high school basketball. But talking to Siebler during the volleyball season as well as some of the off season, she's really been working on her ability to draw fouls as well as being able to work well from the charity strike. And her second shot is up and good, and it increases it to a 9-point lead for the Warriors. 2:06 left to go. Vikings trying to bring the ball up court, and another traveling call. Belvin, her third since she has checked in. And looks like they're going to try to sub her out. Sanitra Jackson, will check into the ball game. And Hannah will kick it out to Ellie Tempero. Tempero over to Cheney Thompson in the corner. And the Warriors work the ball around. Sakura will cross-court pass over to Tempero, over to Cheney Thompson in the corner. She'll drive in, kick back out to Ruby Sakura. She'll look for the 2-point jumper. It's no good. Tempero will get the ball back, and they'll reset. Pass over to Siebler up in the paint. No good. Rebound's going to go out. Tempero loses the ball, and the Vikings will get the ball back. Still some scuffling. Moten will try to bring the ball up court. Will drive past Siebler looking for the layup. It is up and no good. Tempero looking for the fast break once again. Ruby Sakura open for the pass. And a layup will be up and good. Great offensive movement by the Warriors so far here in this first half. Layup is up and good. Warriors will look to work it back up court. 52 seconds left to go here. Shane Thompson in the corner will give it out to Ruby Sakura. She'll pass it over to Caitlin Hanna. Siebler wide open looking for the layup and one. Madeline Siebler working in the paint. And with 37 seconds left to go here in this first quarter, she gets the lead up to 11. Foul on Moten. That's her second of the night. And Siebler will look to get the and one. And shot is no good. And Vikings will bring the ball back up court. Jackson loses her footing. Pass over to Cheney. Will be intercepted by Cheney Thompson, and she'll bring the ball back up court. Ball will go out, and they'll call it off of Thompson. .27 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. Warriors up by 11. The defense has been the thing to see so far here tonight. Patterson will try to work on DePrima. Pass out to Waller. On Tempero will pass it out to Wagner. She'll drive in, the freshman. Aaron pass will go to Adriana DePrima. She'll look for the fast break. One-on-one looking for a layup. Is up and no good. Rebound will go to Sakura. She'll pass it out to Siebler. 4-3, and it's no good at the buzzer. But at the end of the first quarter, Warriors 18, Vikings 7. We'll be right back. 1 minute from the start of the second quarter. We'll be right back. And we're back for second quarter action here at Westside High School. 18-7 in favor of the Warriors. And Westside and Caitlin Hanna will try to bring it back up court. Patterson unable to get by her. No footing there. Shanla will try to drive in. Looking for the layup, 1-1 opportunity. Layup is no good. Patterson will bring the ball up court for the Vikings. Some shimmy, shake, and layup. No good for the and one. But a great move by Patterson to get by both Caitlin Hanna and Livy Kraft, and she forces the foul.
We've seen it a lot from North at this point, coming down on the their right side of the court, going into that corner of death. Not really the smart idea going in there, but every single time they have gone there, they've been able to get through. Now
we've seen some turnover opportunities, or turnovers let up, I guess, from the Vikings so far. I think that's really what Coach Daly really wants to clean up, going somewhat into halftime here in a little bit. Warriors will bring the ball back up court. Hanna will kick it out to DePrima. She'll drive in, looking for the two-step layup. It is up and no good. Vikings will bring the ball back. Actually, the ball will go out. Siebler will slow it down. Siebler will drive in. We'll kick it out to Adriana DePrima. 4-3, and it's no good. Rebound goes out to Shanla to Siebler. 4-3 once again, and it's no good. Shanla will try to get the rebound and will be tripped up, and the ball will go back to the Vikings' way. Jackson loses the ball out of bounds, but it'll stay to the Vikings. Moton will check into the ball game as Jackson steps out. Patterson going to kick it out to Waller. She'll look for a three. Bounces around, no good. Ball will stay with the Vikings. Shanla, last one to touch it.
an interesting out-of-bounds play. Warriors now cover that spot.
I was looking for the kick out for the three opportunity. Wagner will check into the ball game over to Moten. She'll look to drive in on DePrima into the lane. Layup no good. Sean will get the ball back. Kick it out to Caitlin Hanna. We'll drive it up to Siebler in the lane over to DePrima. Looking for the layup. It is up and good. And that's what Clark likes to see, a fast-moving offense for these Warriors. Get their defense on their heels. Patterson going to try to weave past some defenders. Both Hanna and Livy Kraft on her once again. Ball's on the floor. And they'll call it a jump ball possession in favor of the Vikings.
Patterson's been doing an excellent job breaking those double teams. So occasionally turning the ball over just in general for North, but her being able to dribble past at least one or two Westside defenders, that's going to be very crucial for this North offense if they want to get back into the game.
That Holtzclaw there, her second traveling call of the night, and that's really been an issue for the Vikings so far. Clark has really been putting a lot of pressure on both Patterson and Jackson so far this game. Livy Kraft's going to drive in, look for the layup off the back iron, no good. Second attempt by Shanla is no good, and looks like it'll be an offensive foul on Lucy Shanla, and it'll go back the way of the Vikings. But here tonight, we've seen both Hanna as well as Livy Kraft working on Patterson when she is isolated in the corner. And they'll call a jump ball. Ball will go in favor of the Warriors. It's like we were saying, I mean, Clark's really had a game plan of really working on Patterson. I mean, looking at the height disadvantage for Patterson, it's an ideal that they really want to work towards defensively. Hannah will drive in on Patterson. Layup will get the foul. And she'll get 2 shots at the line.
Hannah's been able to do that all night. Get Patterson at the top, near the 10-foot volleyball line, being able to drive past her to Hannah's right, getting into the lane, either getting that foul or cutting back and passing it out.
Haley will check in for Wagner. Hannah shooting 75% from the charity strike, and her second shot is good. Still working the full court press. Holtzclaw will try to bring it back up court. Errant pass. Livy Kraft will try to get on top of it, and the Vikings will try to bring it back up court. Waller blocked by Shanla. Another opportunity tipped. It's up and no good. Ball is scrambled around for and touched by Holtzclaw, and it'll be Warriors ball. 5:50 left to go here in this first half. Warriors controlling the game so far with a 13-point lead, trying to grow their lead so far. Livy Kraft going to give it off to Shanla. Aaron pass going to go the Vikings' way. Fast break for Moten. She's going to be stopped. Ball's on the ground. We'll go to DePrima. DePrima will check it back out to Siebler. She'll bring it back up court to Hannah. Almost wanted the 3. We'll give it off to Siebler, looking and driving in the lane. And Siebler, 5th points of the night for Siebler, but she's had a really big impact on this offense. Another errant pass leads to another turnover. Caitlin Hannah looking for the easy layup. It is up and good. And that's what the Vikings cannot do. You see some frustration, and that's why they want the timeout from Coach Daly. And turnover has been hurting the Vikings so far here in this first half. 25-8 in favor of the Warriors. 5:05 left to go here in this second quarter. And, you know, looking at Coach Daly going into this timeout, they're down 17. It's not exactly the greatest look for them, especially going into the half. You got 5 minutes. What does Coach Daly need to talk to her players about to get them back in this ballgame?
She's got to tell them to calm down, just take it play by play. Turnovers, yes, that's a huge factor. Being able to cut those, to limit those in these last 5 minutes, that's going to be the most important thing. But being able to stay calm while doing that, stay composed, be able to keep calm, pass the ball around, get the Warriors defense uncomfortable. That's going to be the key to declining this lead going into the halftime.
Yeah, especially and it's for these Warriors that the really thing that they're going to want to push is keep doing this full court press. It's been working really well all night. They've been leaving their 2, big women in back in both Siebler and Shanla, 6'2" and 6'4". But their defense has worked really well up against the Vikings here tonight, and I think Clark really just wants to emphasize that, as well as, you know, keeping a lot of tempo up in the offensive side of the ball. Moten going to try to work on Siebler. Pass going to go up the middle, and Haley is stopped by Shanla. Pass will go over to Adriana DePrima. She'll kick it out to Livy Kraft, looking for that corner 3. It is up and good. Livy Kraft, money from the corner, and it's a 20-point lead. Going to be a 10-second call. And it'll go back the Warriors' way. Shanla will check out for Ruby Sikora. And Hannah will check out for Allie Tempero. 4:22 left to go here in this first half. Tempero, easy shot opportunity for a jumper, no good. Siebler won't be able to get the ball back, and Moten will try to bring the ball up. Ball's on the ground to go back the Warriors' way, and turnovers have been hurting these Vikings all night. Siebler try to keep the ball in the corner to DePrima. She'll drive in, kick it out to Livy Kraft. She'll drive in over to Sikora. Trying to keep her footing, dishes out to Tempero for the 3, and it's good. Ellie Tempero, first points of the night and the season for her, and she's back in a Warriors uniform. Vikings still taking their time up the court. Patterson trying to drive in, looking for the jumper. It is off the mark, no good. Libby Craft will get over to Siebler. She'll throw it up to LA Tempero. Over to Adriana DePrima. Back out to Tempero for the jumper. It is up and off the mark, no good. The Vikings and Moten will try to bring the ball back up court. 3:22 left to go here in this first half. 24 points average for Moten tonight, or this season. She's really struggled tonight for the Warriors. Great pass to Patterson. It is up and no good. Rebound going around, and we'll go to Tempero. She'll look for the fast break into the corner, looking for Libby Craft. She'll drive in. We'll kick it back out to Siebler. Call it a jump ball, and it'll go to the Vikings. 3 changes of possession for the arrow mark. Go back to the Warriors. Vikings will keep it here. 23-point deficit, and this is not a great night for the Vikings so far. Waller stopped her footing once again. Errant pass, and it'll be tipped out from Cheney Thompson. Bree Bell will check into the ball game for Madeline Siebler. Siebler, a great night, only 5 points tonight, but she's really been a really good, really big piece for this Warriors offense. Waller gonna work on Bree Bell at the top of the key. Gonna give it up to Haley. She's gonna drive in on Sakura, and she'll force the foul. Sakura's first of the night.
Warriors, although taking off that press, staying aggressive on the defensive end, that's a really good habit to get into, especially going down the line into the season.
Getting at this lead, likely to see some more subs get into the ball game, especially here in this first half. And it'll be another 5-second call and another turnover for the Vikings.
Vikings just don't really seem energized.
That's really been a down night for these Vikings. Did a little bit better up against Columbus last night, but it's still a ball game here. 2:37 left to go. And 23-point deficit has been come back before. But that foul will give the Warriors to the bonus, and LA Tempero will shoot 1-1. First shot is up and good. Tempero last season, 42% free throw shooter. She forced a good amount of free throw opportunities. Her second shot is up and good, and it makes it a 25-point lead. Maxwell will kick it out to the corner to Moten. She'll give it off to Haley, looking for the drive, no good. Holtzlaw looking for a bank shot, and it's in. And Tempero will drive the ball back up court. Thompson. Long pass over to Stella Mingy. So he'll drive around the arc. Errant pass, Tempero. Stopped her footing. Thompson looking for 3, and no good. Of course, Cheney Thompson, the sister of the second leading scorer in Westside boys basketball history, Chase Thompson. Of course, that record broken just last year by Jaden Booth. Layup is up and good by Haley. Miggy will give it off to Sakura, right back, and it's no good. And a lot of easy layups have not been going in for the Warriors tonight, or really either teams. Moten will look for the contested 3, no good. Thompson gonna kick it out to Mingy. She'll drive in, look for the layup. It's up and good. A little bit of an uncharacteristic shot, but the junior will take it. 1:15 left to go here in this first half. Vikings been struggling. They kick it out to Moten. She's gonna drive in on Tempero. A little bit of a shimmy shake move, and she'll look to sell herself. Great move up the middle, looking for the lane, and will force the foul.
A decent drive with a hop step, not something that I've personally seen a lot in girls basketball.
Yeah, Moten has been shown for that so far this season. And watching that Columbus game last night, she's really able to get some good moves and get her defenders on her heels. She's had a little bit of a struggling night. She hasn't had the ball in her hands as much as most nights.
I mean, really, I cannot remember if I said it, but the key to this game for the Warriors is just limiting how many touches she can get, and they've been doing a very excellent job at limiting those touches that she's gotten.
Yeah, they've been giving a lot of pressure on her as well as Patterson. Her second shot from is good. Miggy will give it off to Segura. She'll kick it out to the corner for Bree Bell at the wing. Three is good. A straight shot goes in. And Bree Bell, her first 3 points of the season. 37 seconds left to go. And that'll be an offensive foul. Off-ball foul, 34.5 seconds left to go. A 24-point lead for the Warriors here in this first half. Clark has to be pleased with their output. Tempero lost her footing, gonna go over to Sakura. She'll drive up in the paint, and they'll give her a travel, and it'll go back the other way for the Vikings. Waller looking to drive in and will force the foul. The 16th foul on the night for the Warriors, one until the bonus. And it's Sakura's second. 19 seconds left to go here in this first half. Vikings have maybe about one more chance to see if they can get a shot. Waller's shot is off the mark, no good. She'll try to get the rebound, and they'll put it up to the jump ball, and it'll go to the Vikings, or go to the Warriors' way, excuse me. Vikings will work the full court press with 14 seconds left to go. Rebell lost her footing once again. Thompson will drive in. Looking into the lane for a layup. It's off the mark, no good. 1 second left to go. Holtzlaw will not put a shot up, and that'll end the first half. Westside 38, Omaha North 14 as we head into halftime here at Westside High School. And Kay, looking at this first half here, the Vikings have really been challenged at their height level. You see a 6'4" center in Shanla, and it's really hard to see somebody of your game plan going into that. But the Warriors here tonight, they've been working really well in the paint, and they've been really able to be energized and kicking it out to a lot of the corners.
I mean, yeah, especially driving it in. You've seen getting it at the wing, passing it into Shunlap passing it out, and just a long pass to either corner. That's worked a lot of the time for the Warriors offense.
Yeah, I mean, on back and forth, the Warriors have really needed that offensive, role that Tempero's actually been bringing here tonight. She was really being the senior leader for this team, the only starter from last season, with losing a big group of seniors last season when you see Ella Wettiger, Brooklyn James, Jasmine McGinnis, Taylor, and a couple others. That whole team was really able to put it well together. They're really trying to rebuild with a really young group this season. And the Warriors going to try to keep winning here, try to get some momentum going into that Metro Holiday Tournament. We'll see if they end up getting a host seed. If they do, we'll be showing that game here. All games in the Metro Conference Tournament from the 22nd through the 30th. All home games for the Warriors will be here. We'll get you more information if either of the teams go farther in the tournament. Semifinals, of course, will be at Creighton Prep. No word if CPTV will be doing that game, but we'll see information once we get to you. But, of course, Warriors 38-14. We're going to take a quick break here at halftime. And when we come back, we're going to get you guys set up for the second half here on Warrior Television. And we're back here to start second quarter action here at Westside High School. Recap from that first half for the Warriors. Cheney Thompson, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and 2 steals. For Stella Mingy, who checked in late, 2 points and nothing else. Madeline Siebler, big part of this Warriors offense, 5 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 foul, and a steal. Ellie Tempero, 5 points on the night, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and a foul. DePrima, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Hannah with 5 and an assist. Olivia Kraft with 6 with 2 of her threes, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Sikora, 2 points, 1 assist, or 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 foul, and 2 steals. And Bree Bell with 3 points and a foul. And the Vikings will start the ball, trying to figure something out here in this second half. Ball is stolen by Hannah. She'll bring it up to Adriana Prima, looking for the 2. No good. Shanla with a second putback attempt, and 1.
An excellent fast break there. Just unlucky to get that first layup. Good defense by North, though.
And again, a lot of those turnovers have been costly for the Vikings here tonight. Shanla has worked well from the free throw this season, and her shot is up and good and makes it 41-14. Holtzclaw will start it off for the Vikings. She'll give it off to Haley, and blocked by Shanla. The Warriors will get the ball back. We'll pass it up to Caitlin Hanna. Over to Shanla with the easy layup attempt, and Shanla once again, 11 points on the night for her. Moten in the corner will kick it back to Waller. Drive in on Adriana DePrima, and we'll kick it back to the top of the key. DePrima doing a really good job defensively. Shanla with another tip, that one will still go in. And a great opportunity for Haley to be able to put that one high up on the glass and get it in. Hannah, kick it over to Livy Kraft. She'll kick it over to Adriana DePrima. Wanted the 3-point attempt. We'll say it herself. Hannah will drive into the lane looking for a foul, and she'll get it. And she'll get 2 shots.
Warriors keeping with their guns, passing it around up top on the perimeter, just driving in, getting that foul. That's going to be something they want to do for the rest of the game, really. Being able to gain confidence in driving in.
First shot from Hannah is up and good. Todd Belvin's 3rd foul of the night. He's also had 3 traveling calls. Waller will step in for number 24, Haley. Hannah's second shot is up and good. And it increases the lead to 29. DePrima looking for the steal, ball on the floor. 3 Warriors defense around her. And Coach Daly will call a timeout for the Vikings. 6:24 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. You're watching here on Warrior Television, your source for everything Westside sports. And here tonight we got the Warriors going up against the Vikings doubleheader in basketball. We're going to see at 7:15 tip. The boys go up against, and a comparatively good matchup on paper. Of course, they played 2 different teams. Warriors, the number 1 ranked team in the state in Millard North, a top 100 team, or excuse me, a top 50 team in the country in Millard North. Omaha North has had a little bit of an easier schedule going up against their 2 teams this season, going up against Gretna as well as Burke. Gretna and Burke both in that OPS Jamboree to start off the season. That's another 7:15 tip. Warriors stay atop the top 10. They're going to stay 6th ranked in the coaches poll. Omaha World Herald as well as Lincoln Journal-Star waiting till Monday to send out their new rankings. But here, 45-16 in favor of the Warriors. Clark gets to be happy and really expecting to do what they needed to do so far here tonight up against the Vikings. They needed a big win. They needed a statement win up against a team in the Vikings.
I mean, to be honest, I'm a little bit surprised that some of the substitutes haven't gone out yet.
Yeah, early here in this second half, it's a big lead. Still have 5 Warriors on the bench. Holtzclaw will give up the ball to Hannah. Looking for a lane up in the middle. She'll look for a layup and will get fouled. Foul will go on Maxwell. It's her first of the night. And Hannah gets another opportunity from the charity strike. .75% free throw shooter so far this season. Has only missed 1 here tonight. And her second shot is good. Tempero will check in for Hannah. Waller trying to pass it out up across the middle. Errant pass will go to Adriana DePrima. Fast break up across the middle of the floor. She'll lose her footing, and there'll be another foul on Belvin. That'll be her 4th of the night, and she's had a really struggling night on the offensive side of the ball. No points, 4 fouls, and 5 turnovers. Tempero will give it off to Livy Kraft. Over to DePrima. Fakes the 3, will cut it out to Tempero. She'll drive in. Kicks it out to Siebler. Open 3, and good. Madeline Siebler opens the bank and puts it down. And it's a 34-point lead. Holtzclaw with the movement and another travel. These Vikings really struggling so far on the offensive side of the ball, and 4 check-ins for the Warriors. Sikora, Mingy, Thompson, and Brie Bell will all check in with 5:25 left to go here in this third quarter. Tempero stays in. Clark most likely wanting to get her some more time after missing some time. Sikora with a 3 in the corner, and it's off the front iron, no good. And the Vikings will look for a fast break. Moten, 2 steps, will lose the ball. Ball on the floor. Patterson will pick it back up. Try to do a little step on Patterson, or on Tempero, Tempero looking for a mass. Hers falls off in the middle of the game. Of course, Tempero out for the last couple weeks. And she'll bring the ball back up court with under 5 minutes left to go here in this third quarter. Miggy drives in, looks for the floater. It's on the back iron, no good. Vikings will get the rebound. And another traveling call on Holtzclaw. Her 4th of the night, and turnovers just plagued this Vikings offense.
I mean, as you said, turnovers have been a problem, but I mean, it's a little more excusable when you think about how young this team is. Holtzclaw is a freshman. Many of the North players are sophomores. There's 2 seniors that are on this team that have been listed.
Yeah, both of these teams are young in nature. Vikings lost a lot of depth last year, so did the Warriors. And Tempero forces another foul, and they're 2 away from the bonus already here early in the second half. Fouls on Kyra Maxwell, her 2nd of the night. Tempero's first shot is up and good. As we mentioned last year, Tempero, 42% free throw shooter, and she's made 2 of 3 tonight. Holtzclaw will check out. Tempero's second shot is up and good, and Warriors extend their lead once again. Double team on Maxwell. She tries to kick it out to Patterson, trying to make a move on Tempero. Won't be able to do much. Good defensive effort from Tempero in the corner. No shot will force a foul on Tempero. She's not happy with it. But a really good defensive effort by Tempero in the left wing. Patterson trying to get the ball in. We'll cut it out to Wagner. She looked for the three, and good! Freshman for Malaya Wagner with the three. And Tempero looking to answer back. Off the back iron, no good. Thompson will get the rebound. She'll drive in, kick it over to Sikora, over to Mingy. She looks for a three, and it's no good. Rebound still on the floor. Rebell will get on top of it. Will kick out to Ella Tempero. She'll kick it out to Thompson for three once again, and it's no good. Patterson will bring the ball back up court for the Vikings. Will slow it down. But loads of three opportunities for the Warriors, not able to work. Waller's three-pointer no good, and Tempero will pass off to Bree Bell looking for the foul, and she'll get it from Moten. I believe that's her third of the night. Ellie Farringer will check in for Ellie Tempero.
I mean, at this point from North, with the fouls keep piling on, easy foul like that, like those are really not acceptable. If you're going to foul, you need to make a statement. At this point, they're not looking like they're going to win the game, but if they can if they continue to just put on pressure, be able to just be aggressive, getting Westside uncomfortable, that's going to be a very big thing going forward, keeping them out of their rhythm.
Yeah, great pass right there from Stella Mingy over to Ruby Sikora for another 2 points. Tempero, 7 points in her first night back. We'll see if they want to check her back in late. Still here in the third quarter, 3 minutes left to go. Patterson trying to work on Jane Thompson. She's doing a really good job defensively, locking her up. And Thompson forces a bad pass. And the Warriors will bring the ball back up court with Bree Bell. Long pass over to the corner to Thompson. Lost her footing once again. Bree Bell will drive in. She'll cut it out, try to get to Thompson, but Patterson will get the ball. One-on-one opportunity, looks for the layup. It is way no good, and the ball will go out. Sinitra Jackson will step in for the Vikings. And it'll be another 5-second call. Elaine Wiles will check into the ballgame for the Warriors. Elaine for a three, no good. The Vikings will bring the ball back up court with 2:10 left to go. Jackson trying to slow it down. We'll give it off to Maxwell. Maxwell looking for a layup. It is blocked by Sikora, and Farringer will bring the ball up for the Warriors. Mingy will slow it down. We'll work around the perimeter. We'll cut it out to Elaine Wells. She'll drive in. Loses the ball over to Farringer, over to Rebell in the corner. She'll fake the three, looking for the jumper, and it's no good. Wiles over to Sikora. She'll look for the three, and no good. Ball will go out, and it'll go to the Vikings.
Another new face for the Warriors checking in. Lily Tobin in this game.
Hasn't had a lot of minutes in her first 2 years and now a junior. Will get some opportunities here up against the Vikings, and she gets a steal. Tobin going to pass it over to Stella Mingy for the layup. It's up and no good. Rebound will go to Tobin. Farringer will bring it back out. Bree Bell, open three, no good. Ball still up in the air. The Vikings will have another travel. It's really been struggling for them here tonight. Farringer going to kick it out to Stella Mingy. 4-3 at the wing, and it's no good. Rebell diving attempt, and try to keep it in bounds. We'll say it was out on Omaha North. Confusing call there, but it'll go to the Warriors with 48.7 left to go here in this third quarter. Mingy trying to get the ball in. We'll give it out to Wells. Give it out to Mingy once again. She'll look to slow it down. Tobin drives in, cuts it back out to Farringer, working around the perimeter at the top of the key. Wells will drive in, get it out to Bree Bell. She'll lose the ball, try to keep it up herself, and she'll force a foul. Bree Bell, 50% from the charity strike last season in limited attempts. Warriors in the bonus. And her first shot's no good. Bell's second shot is up and no good. Bell, we've seen her shot so far these last couple of seasons, doesn't have as much of an arc as we'd see. And another turnover from the Vikings. Jackson steps out trying to pass the ball in. Mingy trying to get the ball out before 5 seconds. Bree Bell will lose the ball and it'll go to the Vikings. Wagner will bring the ball back up court, and an errant pass will go out of bounds. .25 seconds left here in the third quarter. It's been a story of turnovers for the Vikings tonight. Bree Bell, 2 women on her. Ellie Farringer will try to drive in, kicks it out to Bell. She'll lose the ball, and Moten will try to bring it back up. Moten looking to slow it down. 10 seconds left to go. Looking at 8. She'll look for the final shot. Looks for a screen. Won't be able to get it. 3 seconds. Going to look for a possible 3. Contested. And it's up and no good. Not a lot of movement from that Vikings offense, especially in a critical moment right there. And we're going to head to the fourth quarter. They're going to take a minute, and so will we. We're going to head just 50 seconds away from this fourth quarter here at Westside High School. And we're here in the fourth quarter at Westside High School here on Warrior Television. Warrior Television, your best way to see everything going on at Westside High School. And we got a doubleheader matchup here tonight, Warriors and Vikings. Third matchup of the season for the Warriors, fourth matchup for the Vikings. It's been a strong win for, or say a strong lead so far for the game for the Warriors, 55-19 as we head into the fourth quarter. And the subs have checked into the ball game. Wells, Thompson, looking for the layup off the mark, no good, and just misses. Moten will slow the ball down for the Vikings. She'll look for a screen, won't get it. Haley's layup is no good. And Thompson looking for the 4-on-3. Mingy, open 3 out of the left wing. It's off the mark. And the ball will go to the Vikings. Mingy not happy with herself with that three. She's struggled from beyond the arc tonight. Moten, 24 points on average so far this season. Before tonight, she's really struggled on the offensive side of the ball.
With you saying that, I think that's just got to put a really good emphasis on how good and how focused the Warriors' defense has been when Moten is in the game.
They've been really able to clamp down on some of the Vikings' really offensive pieces in Patterson as well as Moten. And another turnover, and that's really, like we've been saying, I mean, that's really been the story of the night for the Vikings. A lot of turnovers, a lot of miscues. And the Warriors have been able to get on top of them when they can. Going to be an off-the-ball foul on Ruby Sikora. That'll be her third of the night. Second foul in the second half for the Warriors. It's a 36-point lead. So Warriors, with a 36-point lead, will likely come out of here with a win. They'll go up against Norfolk tomorrow afternoon at 4:30. Moten's three is good.
Moten showing a little bit of that range off.
She was able to show that in warm-ups. Watching her before this game, hit 8 of 10 from the three-point arc, went uncontested. Mingy's three is finally in, and she is happy with herself after 2 miscues. 5 points of the night for Mingy, and the Warriors answer right back.
You know what they say about the best shooters? Don't stop shooting.
She's had some opportunities tonight, and she's been able to cash it in, at least on that one. Holtzclaw almost lost the ball, and we'll lose it there on another turnover. Bree Bell will get the ball in the corner. Mingy pass it off to Sikora, ball's on the floor, and will go out. Moton try to work on Lily Tobin. Long pass will actually go off. Not quite sure if that was a pass or a shot, but either way, it goes off the rim and out of bounds. Now, 4:45, the Warriors will get the ball back. And we've seen about her all night. She's really had some struggles up against this Warrior defense. Still a Mingy. Pass out to Lily Tobin. She'll drive in the lane. She'll get blocked by Moton. And a couple Vikings players back deep, hobbling a little bit. Ball will go out for the Warriors. They say Andrea Waller was limping down the court a little bit, hoping a little bit on her ankle. We'll see what she can do defensively if she needs somebody to check her back out. Mingy. Tobin going to kick it out to Ellie Farringer in the corner for 3, and it's good. Ellie Farringer from downtown puts it in, and it's her first 3 points of the night. 39-point lead for these Warriors, and it's really been all Warriors since the start of the first quarter. Be another foul on Haley. This will be her 4th of the night. Yeah, I was confused there for a second. Warriors in the bonus, so they'll give her a 1-and-1. And Waller will check out of the ball game for Maxwell. Bell's first shot of the 1-and-1 is no good. The Vikings will get the ball back. Holtzclaw will bring the ball up court. Ellie Farringer trying to get the steal away from her. Ball's on the floor. Another pass will go out of bounds. And it'll be to the Warriors. .340 left to go here in this fourth quarter. All but locked down for the Warriors here in this one. It's been all Warriors tonight. The defense has really been the big piece to this team. Being able to give themselves really good offensive opportunities. Elaine Wells, 4-3, and it's good. Freshman, number 34, Elaine Wells puts it down. And she gets her first 3 points of the season. Maxwell, Tobin tries to get the steal. Ball's on the floor. Tobin will pass it over to Mingy with the easy layup, and it's no good. Wells will second chance opportunity. That one's no good. And Maxwell will bring the ball back up court. And another foul. Natalie Harold will check into the ball game for the Vikings. Creshlow. Holtzclaw, excuse me, my bad. Maxwell loses the ball. Mingy trying to get it out from the corner and will force a foul on Maxwell. That'll move the Warriors into the double bonus and will give Mingy 2 shots. Maxwell is her 4th of the night. And really for the Vikings here tonight, it's really been we've really been talking about the turnovers. It's really been a big issue for them as well as the foul trouble. 3 players with over three fouls. You see them right there, 2 with 4. Just a lot of miscues for this Vikings team, and the Warriors have been able to capitalize off of it. Time is still moving on the clock here. Shot is up and good. Harold will give it off to Maxwell. 1:28 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Maxwell's shot is out the front iron and no good. She'll get the rebound herself. Belvin trying to find an open passing lane. Isn't able to give it off. We'll give the ball out of bounds and it'll go to the Warriors. Time continues to click here in this fourth quarter.
About 40 seconds left in the game.
Seconds left to go here in this fourth quarter. We've been having some clock issues here tonight. Tobin trying to get the steal. This clock will wind down. Maxwell will give it off to Belvin. The Warriors will improve to 2-1 in the season. Tobin looking for the easy layup up and no good. Bree Bell's second chance opportunity is no good. But that will end the ball game. A 46-point victory for the Warriors tonight up against the Vikings. And a 68-22 win will push the Warriors to 2-1 on the season. Lucy Shanla, the big player tonight, 9 points on the night. And her height advantage is going to be something that is going to be great for this Warriors offense going into the Metro Conference Tournament and looking throughout the rest of the season. Clark and the Warriors get a convincing win here in the first game of our doubleheader here on Friday night. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to get you guys in the pregame show for our second game of the night as the 6th-ranked Westside Warriors go up against the Omaha North Vikings when we come back. And we are just 13 and a half minutes away from tip-off here at Westside High School as the 6th-ranked Westside Warriors are going up against the Omaha North Vikings. And here tonight, going to be a great matchup. Two very fast-paced teams, guard-heavy teams. And two teams we're going to see, one of the first nights of the year that we're going to see the Warriors actually have the height advantage up against a team like Omaha North. Only have one guy above 6'3". Warriors have 3 guys 6'3" or above. And hopefully they're going to be able to get a big win here. We're going to look last week after that Millard North game. And the Warriors, a really great first half. We're up by 7 points at one time in the first half. Up 32-23 with 2:14 left in the second quarter. And then everything just imploded. I talked to assistant coach Bo Schwenka, and he really felt that the team, was in this moment to where, oh my goodness, we're going to beat these guys. We're going to beat these guys. The number 1 ranked team in the state, easily the biggest contender for the state champions this year, a top 50 team in the country. And I guess Bo and overall this team felt that, his team was really just clenching too much, thinking too much, and that's really what left to the downfall later into that first half and then second half. And right after that, led up a 50-12 run starting in the second quarter, was down 32-30 at the end of the half, which keeps it really close. But that second half was not great for the Warriors. Only 12 points in that second half. And not what you want to see at all for a Warriors team. And they really struggled last year in the second half, and Jim Simons feels that it's too much of the same going into such a big game like Millard North. But tonight they're looking to switch it up. We're going to look more into that game up against Millard North. It was a really struggling second half for this team. The rebounds, just the height advantage that Millard North overall, just overall had in that game. And the rebounds was 43-15 in favor of Millard North. And you can see right there just the size advantage for Millard North and why they weren't able to get quite as much as they wanted. So after that week, after that big loss, they head to 1-1, and they go to the NB Preps coaches poll that came out on Monday. Warriors would stay at that 6th seed, would not move back and forth. It seemed as Mike Sauter saw that game somewhat as an evening event for the Warriors. Didn't really see them falling down. But Millard North, of course, staying at that top spot. Bellevue West winning last night up against Papillion La Vista will stay at the 2. Creighton Prep at the 3. Omaha Central at the 4. The Papillion La Vista South, another really guard-heavy team over Papillion La Vista South at number 5. Westside at 6. Pius, Lincoln Southeast, and Lincoln's North Star round out the 7 through 9. Neither of them have played games yet. They all start the season in Lancaster County tomorrow afternoon. Of course, there's been a lot of spikes over there. All games were canceled up until December 7th. They moved that back to December 18th. And Lincoln finally able to get their sports started and ready for winter sports. Of course, the Heartland tournament going to be starting up at the 22nd, same time as the Metro tournament for the Warriors. That's their upcoming schedule. They'll play Norfolk. They'll play another game next week in the middle of the week. Then they'll go to Lincoln Southeast at home here, and they'll play the Metro Conference tournament the week of Christmas. So the real big guy to see offensively for the Warriors here this season is Reggie Thomas. What a strong season he has had, where a lot of guys have been struggling at the offensive side of the ball. Reggie Thomas has just been able to take over at the point guard position. 41 points on the season, 10 rebounds, as well as another 4 assists. And he has really been able to mix it well with these Warriors, but really been able to take over that offensive force overall for these Warriors.
Especially Thomas especially being able to drive, being very physical as a point guard. It's not something you see very often. Last year, a lot of times he was guarding very big guys, people who are a lot taller than him, just for the fact that he was strong.
Thomas was able to, it really does have that speed. He usually worked as a shooting guard last season, with Jaden Booth really being the main guy, at the top, at the key for the Warriors. But, these Warriors this season have really worked well when it comes to straight-up man-to-man. They're a really fast team. They move the ball quickly, and they have a lot more size than they did last season. They added Tate Odvodi from Elkhorn South. They have Logan Wilson able to start off as somewhat of a small forward as well, who has a shot from the three-point arc, has made three three-pointers in his first 2 games. And being able to have that kind of versatile guy with that big of size is going to be really important for these Warriors.
Yeah, especially being able to create a shot, being a small forward, being versatile, being a good defender, being a good shot taker, being able to pass the ball into the right option. Him being 6'6" it's a good strength for the Warriors, especially if they need to get a rebound. His only problem is that he's just not the strongest.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this in the girls' team. It's a really young core. They lost a lot of senior class. The senior class last year was one of the best in the state. The senior class this year has really been struggling overall for just overall sports, not just basketball as a whole. But the three seniors this season for the Warriors, London Stubblefield, as well as Bo Lucas and Braden Gregorich, have both been somewhat role players, been 6th or 7th men. Bo Lucas as well as London becoming their first years a part of varsity. Same with Braden Gregorich. All of their first years on varsity, like we just said. But again, with a really young core, we see guys like Caleb Benning as well as CJ Mitchell, bring forth their effort early into this season. And Caleb Benning, the top-rated recruit in the freshman class for Nebraska. And there's a lot of expectations on this guy to be able to give a lot of good shots, give a lot of good feeds, and be able to give the ball off to guys like Chandler Meeks as well as Reggie Thomas.
Especially being able to drive. The most important thing, in my opinion, in basketball is as a point guard, is being able to drive into the lane, giving a good pass out to a wing or a corner. Him being able to develop that's going to be very key for the Warriors going forward and now.
Yeah, we're talking to Simons going into this game. They want to be physical. They weren't physical enough up against a team like Millard North. They didn't even feel like they were physical enough up against a team like Columbus, where they were able to get a really big win. Going up against Omaha North, which is a team that is somewhat evenly matched on paper when we look at it, the Warriors are really looking to be physical, really looking to be fast, and do exactly what they did last season, catch a lot of defenses off guard. You see here, in the West, in Westside's gym, still a little bit of a shorter court comparatively to most teams in Nebraska, and it allows them to keep a very fast tempo. Omaha North is looking to do the same. So with that, we're going to take a quick minute here on Warrior Television. We're about 6 minutes away from tip. And when we come back, we're going to get our starting lineups for the Warriors and Vikings. back inside the gym here at Westside High School, just under 3 minutes away from tip. Warriors and Vikings to start it off 7:15 tip. And it's going to be a fast ball game on both sides. We're going to see tonight the biggest keys to watch for the Omaha North Vikings. Curtis Ova is really the biggest piece for these Vikings. He's averaged 12.7 points a game so far this season, averaged only about 7.6 behind wall to wall for the Vikings last season. We're also going to see Daleron Thomas a little bit working out at the shooting guard position. Averages 7.7 so far this season, but a really big guy to see, the junior point guard Mason Strong. What a season he has had, averaging 20.5 points a game in his 3 games so far this season. And having him and Thomas go back and forth in this ball game are the 2 keys to success for tonight. Warriors and Vikings, of course, both teams trying to shake off some losses earlier this season. Gretna was North's first loss. They bounced back with 2 straight wins up against Burke and then Columbus last night. Been a long drive back and forth for the Vikings. They're back here tonight going up against the Warriors. Tomorrow, Westside will go up against Norfolk. We'll head out there at about 6 p.m. You guys can watch that on Norfolk Public Schools is YouTube. We'll give out the link on Westside Wired when that one comes up. But tonight, Westside and Omaha North, just about a minute away from tip. And the starting 5 for the Warriors we're going to see here tonight, as usual, we're going to see number 11, Reggie Thomas, to start it off. Then we're going to see at the shooting guard position, Chandler Meeks. Around the corner to the key, Payson Gillespie is going to be number 20. At the 4 spot, we're going to see shooting guard Charlie Davis, number 3, and at the shooting forward position, we're going to see a little bit of Tate Odvodi. Coach Leakey and Coach Simons ready to get this game started here at Omaha Westside High School. I'm going to get you guys prepped for the Star Spangled Banner and our starting lineups.
Westside High School and Nebraska School Activities Association promote good sportsmanship by students, athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, ethnic, sexist, or other intimidating comments or actions directed at the officials, students, athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the facility. Thank you for your cooperation and good luck to both teams. It's time to meet the starting lineup. First, the Vikings visiting from Omaha North. Starting at guard, 5'7" senior, number 1, Curtis Ova. At guard, 6'1" junior, number 4, Keyshawn Williams. At guard, 6'8" junior, number 10, Sean Higgins. At guard, 6'8" senior, number 20, Carol Bennett. And forward, the 6'4" sophomore, number 24, DeAndre Kirkman. Vikings are coached by head coach Thomas Lippy. Assistant coach
changes. As for tonight, we had Charlie Davis in for Dominic Rizak. Dominic Rizak going to get his first start of the season. And then Mason Strong starting on the bench for the Vikings, especially with his offensive output. Wondering what lingering issues might be on the mind of Thomas Liechty for the Vikings. And here's Stipp. Vikings will start the ball. Oba, excuse me. Move back around to Keyshawn Williams. Williams can try to work on Dominic Rizak. Looking for the layup, going to cut it back. Layup opportunity. Ball's going to go out, and it'll be for the Warriors. Meeks will start it at the 1. And he'll look for the screen. Give it out to Reggie Thomas. Thomas will give it out to Tato Odvodi. He'll lose the ball. And there'll be a foul. Foul will go on DeAndre Perkins, his first of the night. And the Warriors will keep the ball in the corner. This team, really a guard-heavy team looking for their shooting ability. And Meeks has had a struggling season so far at the offensive output. Meeks going to drive in, looking for the layup, and no good. Forced it a little bit too much, and the Vikings will bring the ball back up court. Higgins going to give it off to Perkins. We'll go to Oba. Oba will drive in, give it off. Ball will go to Odvodi. Odvodi will lose the ball, try to keep the ball in for the Vikings. They will. Trying to keep their ball. Rizak loses the ball back and forth. Sloppy turnovers back and forth. And there'll be a foul on Reggie Thomas. But that back and forth, really sloppy turnovers on both sides. Williams will look to get the pass in and we'll give it off to Perkins in the corner. Williams looking to drive on Rizak, getting low. Moves his foot, wanted to travel. And the shot is up and good for the first points of the night. Meeks will give it off to Thomas. Looks like a little bit of foot movement there. Rizak wanted to travel, didn't get it. And we'll keep the ball on Abba. Thomas, 4-3. And a very off shot for Thomas, uncharacteristic of him. Mason Strong finally checks into the game for the Vikings. And Oba will bring the ball up court. Working on Chandler Meeks, one of the best defensive players in the state. Kept Hunter Salas to only 11 points last week. Looking to do the same up against Oba. Strong working on Thomas. Almost lost the ball, going to give it back to Oba. Slowing it down, under 6 minutes left to go. 3 from Strong in the corner, no good. Meeks gives it out to Thomas, will cut it out to Odvodi. He'll look to make a move, the ball will go out. And it'll stay Westside ball. Gillespie will give it into Thomas. Looking to make a move. Won't do the jumper. We'll give it out to Meeks. Out of the corner for Payson Gillespie. 4-3. And it's good. Open up the bank for tonight from Payson Gillespie. And it's a 1-point lead. It started off here in the first quarter.
Both teams working a little slow at the beginning, hoping to get a little bit of more speed going as the game goes on. Great
backside help from Reggie Thomas to be able to force that turnover. Payson Gillespie going to give it off to Dominic Rizak. Looking as a shooting guard, trying to drive in. Reggie Thomas with an open lane, and one! Reggie Thomas forces the foul and puts it down. At 1 point away from back-to-back three-point plays for the Warriors. Thomas this season. 75% from the charity strike, 63% last season, and that one's no good. Mason Strong open in the corner. Reggie Thomas will get back to Oba. Up against Chandler Meeks. Looking for a driving lane. Warriors working the zone. 3 opportunity. Out the back iron, no good. Rebound. We'll go back to the Warriors. Thomas will look to bring the ball back up court. Only one on the left side of the court. Warriors will shift. Meeks driving in, give it out to Thomas. 4-3, is it in? And off the mark, no good. Meeks will lose the ball, but it'll go back out off number 20, Daryl Bennett. And number 20, DeAndre Perkins will check in for Deshaun Higgins. Gillespie will give it out to Advati. And off to Thomas with the little good layup up and in. And he's already got 4 points on the night. Williams with the travel call, and the ball will go back the other way for the Warriors. 4:12 left to go here in this first quarter. A little bit of a slow start on both offensive sides. Defense has really controlled the game with this guard-heavy offense. Meeks and Thomas, 2 returning starters. Gillespie somewhat at the 6th man last year. Advati will force a foul. Looks like it was on DeAndre Perkins. And they'll give it to him. 3rd of the night for the team, 2nd of the night for Perkins. And he'll check out for Thomas. Advati in the right corner. Thomas will look to drive in, will lose the ball. Pass will be back out. And Chandler Meeks able to keep it back in. He'll step out and it'll go back to the Vikings.
An excellent play by Gillespie to keep that ball in. Just good balance by Chandler Meeks to keep that in at the start. Just unfortunate.
Yeah, we know Coach Leakey's really been working on Thomas. We saw right there both backside help as well. One guy in the paint trying to work on Thomas, trying to work past his speed. Backside help, no block opportunity for Payson Gillespie, and Oba puts it through. And Simon's not happy with his defensive effort right there. Calls his first timeout of the night. 3:42 left to go here in this first quarter. Gonna make it 7-4. First time out of the night for Simons, and you saw right there, I mean, Meeks was really trying to work off this screen. Thought he might have had help on the outside, or on his left side. Advati had checked over to the left side. Payson Gillespie was not able to get back over on the backside help. And an easy layup for Oba. And it's a 3-point ball game.
It's an excellent read by Oba as well, noticing that there was no help defense, or at the time there was no help defense when he went in for the drive.
Caleb Betting will check into the ball game for Westside. Rezak will check out. Meeks. Give it up to Reggie Thomas. Give it over to Advati. He'll look to drive in, looking for the jumper, and it's good. That's the physical type of offense that Simon saw when Advati transferred here to Westside from Elkhorn South. That average 12.3 points a game at Elkhorn South as a freshman. Offensive output just hasn't quite been the same here in this first 3 games. Shimmy move from Williams is no good. And Gillespie will bring the ball for the Warriors. Almost an errant pass. Chandler Meeks is able to keep it back in. Meeks will work on Abba. Benning, cross-court pass over to Advati, over to Payson Gillespie. 3 in the corner, no good. And off of Benning, and the Vikings will get the ball back. Gillespie and Thomas will check out as Logan Wilson, the 6'6" power forward, as well as the shooting guard, Charlie Davis, will check into the ball game for the Warriors. 2:40 left to go here in this first quarter. Layup, no good. Wilson will get the rebound. Advati pass it out to Benning in the right corner over to Wilson. Meeks trying to drive in up in the paint, looking for the layup. It's good. Meeks' speed as well as physical presence. It's what these Warriors have needed all season. And Simons is loving it. Abba trying to work on Meeks, trying to find an opportunity, trying to do a little shimmy, cut out to Thomas in the corner, working on Charlie Davis. The ball will go back to Advati. Advati will lose the ball himself, back over to Thomas, kick it out to Abba, looking for a three, no good. Ball will go back down to Meeks, and he'll look to slow it down. Physical presence will not get the foul, but Advati with the second putback and up and in. And he's got 4 points on the night, pushes the Warriors lead to 9. Thomas trying to work on Benning. Freshman guard on freshman guard, and he'll give it off to Williams. Over to Abba, working on Meeks. Vikings looking to slow it down. Of course, no shot clock in high school basketball. And Williams' shot is no good. Under a minute left to go here in this first quarter. Corner three is no good. The Warriors, or Vikings will bring the ball back up. Mason Strong, no foul. Second points opportunity will be good for Trey Lager. Benning looking to drive with 38 seconds left. 2 stabs, and there'll be a foul on the floor. Abba, first foul of the night for him. CJ Mitchell will check back into the ball game as Chandler Meeks comes out. Advati loses the ball, and it'll be a foul on Keyshawn Williams. Williams had a good opportunity to get a steal. Unfortunately, too physical on that one. 33 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. 7-point lead for the Warriors. And Simons wants an ISO opportunity. Advati will keep it up at the top of the key. We'll give it over to CJ Mitchell. Doesn't want the three. Advati will look for the jumper in the corner. Good. 23 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. Abba looking for possibly the last shot here in this one. 10 seconds left. Working on CJ Mitchell, 6. Working in, trying to look for the layup. It's good. With 1 second left to go. With 0.6 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. He'll force the foul and look for free throw opportunities. They'll count the basket and the foul. Foul will go on number 10, Logan Wilson, his first of the night. Still looking to check it on the scoreboard up here. Ref said basket went in. They'll see what they want to call it. A lot of disagreement on both sides. They'll see what they want to call it. Still 0.9 seconds left to go. They're going to say the foul was on the floor. Coach Leakey wants to talk about it, see what they saw. But yeah, the foul will be on the floor on Logan Wilson. Still 0.9 seconds left to go. Abo with a shot at the end, no good. And that'll end the first quarter. 15-7 in favor of the Warriors. We're going to take a quick break at the end of the first quarter. We'll be right back here on Warrior Television for And we're back for a second quarter action here at Westside High School, 15-8 in favor of the Warriors. And they'll start off with the ball. Of course, questionable call at the end of that first quarter. Looks like the refs wanted to count the basket, not good. Call was on the floor. And since the Vikings were not in the bonus, they didn't have any shot opportunities. Meeks looking for the jumper, will get blocked. Ball still up in the air. And it'll go back the Vikings' way. Strong, three, good. And it makes it a 4-point game. Meeks trying to work into an open lane. Will lose the ball, try to step it back out and regroup. Thomas, three from the left wing, no good. Putback attempt, Gillespie, no good as well. Abba trying to work on Meeks once again. Hasn't had a lot of great opportunities, but has been able to get by with his speed every now and then up against Meeks. Trying to regroup. Abba this season, 12.7 points a game. Fake the three, you're going to give it off to Daryl Bennett. You're going to go over to Thomas. They'll switch it up with Meeks. Give it over to Mason Strong on Advati. Make a quick move, jumper, no good. And Meeks will give it back. Long possession there by the Vikings, nothing good. And down by 4, it's not what you want. Payson Gillespie banked it in. 6 points, 2 threes from Payson Gillespie tonight. And it puts the Warriors up 7. Abba. Ball is on the floor, and it'll be a foul on Dominic Rizak. Advati will check out as Logan Wilson will check in. Mason Strong will start it off for the Vikings. Of course, he's had a really great season, 20.5 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, as well as another 2 assists and 3 steals. Thomas, give it off to Abba, working on Meeks. And trying to do the backside help in the lane. Ball will go out. Vikings fans not happy with the no call on a foul. But would have been up against Rizak. Meeks working pretty well from the defensive side of the ball. And a look to bring it back up the court with 5:46 left to go. Aaron pass, they'll call a foul. They're going to call it on Deshaun Higgins. That's going to be his first of the night. A little bit of an entanglement up there with Logan Wilson. Ball will go to Rizak. Give it out to Meeks out of the left wing. He'll look to drive in for a jumper. No good off the front iron. Reggie Thomas with the rebound and one. Reggie Thomas, physical, and puts it down the net. And they'll give him the and one opportunity. What a night for Reggie Thomas already here in this first half. The foul will move to the Warriors to the bonus with 5:30 left to go. And his and one shot is no good. Unlike Thomas with his free throw ability. Oba and the Vikings looking to slow it down, see what they can do on the offensive side of the ball. Going to give it off to Thomas. He's going to try to work on Logan Wilson. Pass it over up the middle. Will go to the ball for the Vikings out on Payson Gillespie. Tajon Wilson will check into the ball game as Thomas checks out. Strong will give it out to Wilson. He'll get it off back off to Abba. Three from the corner, no good. No foul call, collision over the middle. Payson Gillespie will look for the foul, will get a foul himself. And we'll get 2 points to the line. Vikings fans not happy with that one. We saw both Reggie Thomas and Mason Strong go up for a ball and a collision. That'll be Strong's first foul of the night. Excuse me, up for that ball was Keyshawn Williams. First shot is up and good from Payson Gillespie. Gillespie this season, 100% from the free throw line, 64% last season, and he continues his perfect streak at the free throw line. Excuse me, on that last one was Higgins colliding with Thomas. Williams just checks into the ball game for the Vikings. And Nova will try to work on Meeks. Trying to get back in this ball game, down 11 with just over 4 minutes left to go here. They'll call a foul on Dominic Rizak. Caleb Benning will check into the ball game for Rizak. It was his second foul of the night. And Wilson will give it off to Strong, looking for a three, and it's good. Nothing but net for Strong. That's why he's been such a offensive presence for these Vikings so far this season. Gillespie looking to bounce back, no good. Benning, there'll be a foul called. Looks like they'll put it on Tajon Wilson. They're going to call that one on Keyshawn Williams. Confusing there, wasn't quite even in the play on that one, it was on the other side. But either way, it'll move the Warriors to the double bonus, and Caleb Benning will get 2 shots. First shot is up and no good. Benning this season hasn't had any opportunities from the free throw line, his first of the night. Still some back and forth to see what the call was originally. A lot of back and forth conversation to see what they want to do here. Scorer's table still looking to see the full call. Looks like there'll be another foul on the Warriors. That'll go on Benning. Confused for that one, but we'll work it back. 23-14 in favor of the Warriors. Vikings looking to get back in this ball game. Zaba will get this screen, 2 working on him. We'll switch it up with Logan Wilson. 3 opportunity from Bennett, no good. Wilson will get the ball. Gillespie over to Benning. He'll drive in up in the lane looking for a foul, and he'll get the shots. Vikings fans not happy with that call. Officials tonight have had some back and forth calls, but Benning really forced that one up in the middle. His first shot is up and no good. Just looking on that play, Strong looking to try to get the charge on that play, was not able to keep his feet set. Looks like that's what the ref saw. 24-14. Benning looking for his second free throw, and it's good. Oba looking to slow it down here for the Vikings. Will they keep back on track? Working on Meeks to drive in, no good. Benning's gonna keep the ball back for the Warriors. Gonna bring the ball back up court. Gonna drive in, cut it out to Payson Gillespie. 4-3, and in! Third of the night for Payson Gillespie, and he's on fire. Strong will work on Thomas. Wilson will give the ball off. Ball will go out. It will be a foul. They'll give the foul to Benning. trying to force a turnover, and the ball will go to the Vikings. Still 2 away from getting into the bonus with just over 3 minutes left to go. Here in this first half. It's been a fast first half. Both teams been working the ball a lot. Not too many forced turnovers out of bounds. There's another foul that will go on Payson Gillespie as Strong drives in. Vikings looking to cut down this deficit. We'll give it off to Wilson. Strong, 3 opportunity, no good off the front iron. Although Strong has had some big opportunities so far here tonight, the Warriors have been able to keep him somewhat quiet. Thomas's layup opportunity is no good. 2-step, not going to be able to drop it in. Strong drives in, and we'll get the foul on the floor. We'll see if it's on Gillespie, and it is. Gillespie's second in just 2 possessions, and Strong will go to the line for 1-1. Perkins will check in for Wilson, and then Charlie Davis will check in for Gillespie. Strong shot is no good. Of course, this going to give it off to Advati. Advati at the left wing, fakes a 3, gets the jump, will give it off to Thomas, almost loses the ball, stuck to his feet, gonna give it out to Meeks. Davis, move it around the perimeter, almost out of travel. Advati gonna try to drive in on Perkins, jumper, good, oh, it's off, excuse me there. Looked like it was down, falls back out. Oba will bring the ball back up court and work it out to Higgins. Strong. 3-pointer, no good. Ball will go off of Advati. Forced mistake there, and it'll give it back to the Vikings.
Advati has had a very excellent game so far, just not really what you want to see from him at this point in the game.
Yeah, small mistakes, especially out of a young core in a sophomore. The Vikings still down 14. Needs a big push. They want to get back in this game before halftime. Perkins, 3 opportunity, no good on the back iron. Will go to Advati. He'll lose the ball, try to keep it himself. We'll bring the ball back up court. Pass it out to Meeks. Open opportunity to Charlie Davis. He'll drive in, kick it out to Caleb Benning, looking for a layup up the lane, and won't get the N1. Vikings fans wanted a charge. Delron Thomas was in position for the possible charge. Not quite sure if he had his feet set, but Caleb Benning will go to the line for the 3rd time so far in this first half. First shot from Benning is no good. Thomas misses the second one. Has missed 3 straight free throws. The Vikings, 1:30 left to go here in this first half. We'll give it off to Strong. Strong driving in on Meeks, looking for the layup, and it'll be a foul. We'll see if it's either on Benning, and they'll give it to Benning. Meeks in good position. He's really worked this season. He's one of the best defensive players in the state. It's really worked this season on keeping his feet straight, keeping himself as centered as possible to limit his foul opportunities. We saw up against that Millard North game and that Columbus game, him getting in foul trouble early was not great for the overall team. His presence on the floor as a leader has been very big for these Warriors the last 2 seasons. Strong second shot is no good. We'll go to Caleb Benning. Thomas will give it out to Meeks, cut it out to Charlie Davis. Advati driving in, almost loses the ball. Look for the layup, and it's good. Quick move after Advati almost lost the ball. It's a 15-point lead as we had a minute left to go. Obum going to push it out to Higgins. Under 45 seconds left to go here in this fourth quarter, or in the second quarter, excuse me. Obum going to try to work on Reggie Thomas. Thomas keeping somewhat of a lockdown, going to get out too strong in the corner. Going to look for the layup, no good. Rebound. We'll go to the Warriors. Thomas unable to move his feet. He's going to work it past out. 20 seconds left to go here in this second quarter. Reggie Thomas might be looking for the last shot. Meeks, 10 seconds. 7 seconds, Thomas. 5, layup, no good. Be another foul on Deshaun Higgins, his second of the night. Reggie Thomas will get 2 with just under 4 seconds left to go in here in this first half. Thomas, as we mentioned, one of the best free throw shooters in the state, and he makes his first. Thomas hitting 75% last season. Second best for the Warriors behind Jaden Booth. Oddbody will step out as well as Meeks, as well as defensive heady CJ Mitchell and Logan Wilson will step in. Meeks' second shot is up and good, and it's a 17-point lead. Clock will start. Aba looking for the 3, no good. We'll go out of bounds, and that'll end the first half. Westside at the end of the first half, 32-15. A big, momentum boost for these Warriors going up against a little bit of a lower team in the Vikings. But looking at Mason Strong, a really slow night for him.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I can tell, he's only got 7 points. That's despite you saying that he's had a slow night, he's had half of the Viking offense. The Vikings have not had a very good offensive night whatsoever. The Warriors' defense has been suffocating, especially Chandler Meeks on that perimeter, mainly guarding number 1, Curtis Oba. He's been critical in keeping the score as low as it is for the Vikings.
I mean, the Vikings so far this season, they were able to, get a really good win up against Columbus last night. They had a really convincing win, really more convincing than the Warriors were last week when they went up against the Discoverers. But going into this season, the Vikings are really trying to bounce back. They're really trying to give a good push. Last season we saw them going up against in the A2 district final. They had a couple guys, but they really weren't able to quite push back the Warriors. Again, the Warriors are a really different team this season. They lost 4 really key seniors. They're really working off the main 2 of Reggie Thomas as well as Chandler Meeks, and a really young core for these Warriors. Going into the Metro Holiday Tournament, going into these next couple games, what do you feel Coach Simons has to talk to his team about?
Making free throws. Making free throws is the most critical point of basketball. You were just saying that Reggie Thomas is arguably the best free throw shooter in the state. He's missed 2 and 1 opportunities. He's at the current moment, he's 50% from the line. Caleb Benning is not doing that great as well. He is 1 for 3. He is 1 for 4. Getting free throws is the most critical part of basketball. As I said, those are easy points. Those are shots that are uncontested all the time.
Yeah, 2 for 6 on the night for Benning at the free throw tonight. And it's really not been a great night for the Warriors at the charity strike, even though they're up 17. And I think going into that, that's really the biggest moment of what you want to see in those big games. When you go up against a team like Omaha Central, when you go up against a team like Millard North, like Papio South, those top teams in the state, if you really want to show you're a contender, you have to be good in crunch time. And being able to hit those free throws is really going to be big for them. I know Simons has really been working on it. As well as the key offensive side of the ball has been a little struggling of late. Going up against Millard North, they showed a lot of their weaknesses. Going up tonight up against Omaha North tonight, I really think the defense has shined more than anything tonight. The offense has done well, but has let up some turnovers when they don't need to, even though they're up by 17.
Yeah, especially one player to look, or I should say 2 players. I'll go into Reggie Thomas. First of all, he's got 8 points. Him being as big of a threat as he is on the perimeter, especially growing as a three-point shooter this past offseason has been a very big help for the Warriors. The other player really to look forward to in this next half, Tate Odvodi, 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 steals. He's had a very quiet, I guess you could say, night, very under the radar, but he's been very impactful for the Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, we saw him last season, 12.3, average 12.3 as a freshman at Elkhorn South, which is not a shabby school whatsoever when it comes to the sports. He transferred over here to Westside, saw an opportunity here with a lack of big men overall, and him and Logan Wilson have really been moving back and forth for that power forward and shooting forward position. Simons has never been a guy to really have a lot of big men up front. He really likes to have one. He really likes to have that size advantage when he can. But he's really worked a really good system of having that 5-guard system of working around the perimeter and doing very well. So with that, we're going to look at the the Dunkin' Donuts trivia question of the night. Of course, you can put hashtag Dunkin' Trivia question or Dunkin' Trivia on Twitter with your correct answer. Our question tonight: last season, the Warriors and Vikings played in the A2 semifinals. When was the last time these two teams played multiple times in the same season? Of course, you guys with the correct answer, first person with the correct answer with hashtag Dunkin' Trivia on Twitter will get a $10 gift card to Dunkin' Donuts. This one, pretty quick one if you can see the last few schedules for the Warriors these last few seasons. Warriors usually play North. Usually about one time a season. You can usually see them sometimes here and there in the Metro Conference Tournament or in districts or in state. But again, when was the last time these two teams faced multiple times, multiple times in the same season? Of course, hashtag Dunkin' Trivia on Twitter for that one. We'll get you a $10 gift card. First person to put it up. With that, we're going to take a quick break here on Warrior Television. We're about 5.5 minutes left to go. Up until we're back here for the third quarter. We'll take a quick break, and we'll see you back in the second half. as we head into the second half. Let's see our Duncan Trivia question of the game. Last season, the Warriors and Vikings faced off in the A2 District semifinals. When is the last time these two teams faced off multiple times in the same season? Tyler Ridey, my good buddy from Creighton Prep. 2014-2015 was the season that happened. They played 3 times. Warriors lost all 3 games. Once regular season, once in districts, and once in the Metro Conference Tournament. $10 gift card to Duncan Trivia. Make sure you guys stay tuned throughout the rest of the season to get your chance at a $10 gift card to Dunkin' Donuts, your place for all coffee and donut expenditures. Gonna be a foul on the floor to start off the second half.
Giving it to Tate Ovodi at the top of the key. Missed shot. Chandler Meeks gets the rebound. Beginning the offense again. Gillespie drives in and gets the shot in. Possibly could have been a foul there. No call.
Working some technical issues with our clock. We got it back set up here. 7:07 left to go. Devani working at the top of the key, over to Payson Gillespie. Long 3 off the front iron and out. And the Vikings will bring it back up court. Oba, 3, good. That's what the Vikings needed started off here in this third quarter. We've seen the Warriors these past 2 seasons be somewhat weary in the second half, especially with momentum. Simons really wants to work that here in this start of the season. Thomas gonna work on, try to lose the ball out to Meeks for 3, and on the back iron, no good. Strong with the rebound. Open 3 in the corner, and no good. Wide open 3 from Daryl Bennett, and he misses it. The Warriors will bring it back the other way. Advati, and foul on the floor. Wilson's first of the night and the first of the second half for the Vikings. Thomas trying to work and cut it out to Meeks, looking for an open 3 in the corner, and it's good. Meeks 5 points on the night. And Strong looking to work it back, looking for the layup. It's up and no good. Rebound will stay to him. And Dominic Rizek unable to get the rebound, and Simons is not happy with that opportunity for the Vikings. Meeks will drive in on Oba. Layup is up and good. And Simons will call a timeout. Didn't like his defensive look. That'll be it, first timeout of the second half for the Warriors. It's been a quick night all around. Warriors and Vikings, very quick offenses. And the Warriors, up by 19 here, a really solidifying lead so far. Of course, nothing's over yet, especially going into these third and fourth quarters. But Simons, you saw there, not happy with his defensive setup going off, in a really easy rebound opportunity for Mason Strong to put that one back up. The Warriors, 19-point lead, really in control of their destiny, really low-scoring game. Defense, been the story of the night. We'll see if the Warriors can keep it going. Strong, long 3, downtown, no good. Meeks will get the rebound. Look to slow it down over Oba. Little shimmy move, loses the ball, will go back the other way for the Vikings. Williams gonna pass it off, ball goes on the floor, Oba, no good. And a really big missed opportunity for the Vikings, and the Warriors will bring it back up court with a 3-on-2. Kick it out to Meeks, second 3 opportunity, good! Chandler Meeks, second 3 of the night. And it's been all downtown for the Warriors on offense. Williams will look for another three after a jumper, no good. And Meeks will bring the ball back up court. Looking for the one-on-one, Warrior to find him. And gets the foul, puts it down. Chandler Meeks with the physical play. I think I need to calm myself down after that one. That was a really good dunk. I really wanted that in. But what a play from Chandler Meeks. Back-to-back, 2 threes here in the second half, as well as that dunk and an and-one opportunity. And Meeks really finding his stride on the offensive side of the ball. Took him 2 games to do it, but he's really back into this one. Ova, they give it off to Bennett. Bennett trying to work on Rezak. Gonna give it off to Higgins. Looking for the switch on Rezak. Ball's on the floor. Rezak will get the ball, try to give it off to Thomas. We'll try to work it back. We'll see what they want to put the call on. Looks like it'll be a foul on the floor. And it'll go on number 31, Tajon Wilson, his second of the night, second of the second half. 25-point lead for the Warriors. It's exactly what Simons wanted coming out of that timeout. Meeks will move back up to the court to Payson Gillespie. Had an open opportunity, going to give it off to Advati. Advati, give it out to Thomas. He won't look at three, he'll drive in, look for the layup, no good. Strong. Loses the ball, Meeks, what a great poke. Advati in the layup, and it barely rings in, that one was close. But what a great defensive play right there, able to get that steal from Meeks. Higgins will work it back to Oba, looking for a long three, and it's good. Oba's done a really good job tonight being able to get himself really good open shots, at least from down the perimeter. It's been a little bit of a struggling one in the paint tonight for the Vikings. Advati with a three, no good. And Strong will bring it back up the court. Oba will drive in, look for the layup, and it'll be a foul. Looks like they'll put that one on Advati. Warriors is first of the second half, and looks like Charlie Davis will check in, as well as DeAndre Perkins. Gonna be 2 shots for Ova. And first shot is up and no good. Ova, normally a really good free throw shooter so far this season, 82% from the charity strike, 57% last season. And first one no good. We were talking about that. That's really the biggest momentum swing for both these teams, especially when it comes into crunch time. Second shot is no good. Too short. Rebound. Mitchell will try to bring it back in. Mitchell, Benning, and Davis all checked into the ball game. Gillespie, Meeks, and Thomas check out. Advati trying to work in for the jumper. No good. And the Vikings will bring it back up court, looking for a little bit of a rush. Working on Thomas. Ball go the other way. Vikings not happy with that one. Thomas was set. Oba trying to work to the outside. Excuse me, Thomas is still back in. Benning and, Gillespie, Meeks, and Rezak were the ones out on that one with Mitchell, Davis, and Benning back in. Thomas. Warriors up 24, trying to milk clock here in the third quarter and keep their lead. Mitchell trying to work around as a freshman. Keep it off to Charlie Meeks for three. No good. DeAndre Perkins almost lost that ball. Vikings will bring it back up court. Long three, once again, no good. And Charlie Davis will get the rebound. Thomas off to Benning in the corner. Going to work on Thomas. Open three for Benning in the corner, and it's good! Caleb Benning, the freshman from downtown, and it's a 27-point lead. Perkins trying to work on Mitchell, gonna drive in, backside help there, jump shot, good. Really good fundamental play right there by Perkins, able to drive in, get himself an open lane to put that one through. Thomas looking for a three himself. No good. Rebound will be tipped up, and Vikings will bring it back. Arba looking for a jumper. Going to give it off to Perkins. Layup. Falls on the ball, and they'll call it a travel. Oba is down on the floor. Looks like it was his calf, and that one's not good. Wasn't able to catch exactly what happened. Looks like it was a collision up at about the charity strike. But Oba is down on the floor and a really big offensive presence for these Vikings. Oba, not a great sight to see for these Vikings. One of the biggest offensive prowesses for this team so far this season, along with Mason Strong. We're going to take a quick break here on Warrior Television. When we come back, we'll get more third quarter action here. Oba checks out of the ball game with a calf injury. Limped off the floor, was able to get off on his own feet. Not quite sure if it was a cramp or fell on it wrong. But either way, Wilson will check into the ball game with Perkins switching up on Logan Wilson and Meeks. 1:47 left to go here in this third quarter. It's a 25-point lead for the Warriors, and they've been really able to push their defense into a lot more offensive opportunities. Wilson gonna drive in on the other Wilson. Benning, long three, top of the key, good! Caleb Benning downtown and in. And the Warriors push it to a 28-point lead here in the third quarter. Strong jumper from the charity strike, no good. And Logan Wilson will give it off to C.J. Mitchell. Mitchell will bring it down the court. Drive in, looking for the floater. It's good! Ew! C.J. Mitchell, what are you doing? Puts it in, first points of the night. Dirty little spin move. And there's under a minute left to go here in the third quarter. In the corner, ball's gonna go out. Mitchell, we have a foul. Number 20, Daryl Bennett. And Elijah Nicola will check into the ball game. And Daryl Bennett will check out. Mitchell going to give it out to Logan Wilson. Over to Charlie Davis in the corner. He's going to drive in, looking for a floater opportunity. Actually going to give it out to Benning. Logan Wilson for three, no good. Thomas, give it off to Perkins. Look for the three in the corner, no good. Mitchell will get the ball back. Under 27 seconds left to go. Layup, no good. Put back, no good by Wilson. The Vikings will bring the ball back up court. Looking to slow it down, might give themselves last second opportunity. Clock's about a second and a half off. 9 seconds left to go. 5 seconds. Three, Strong looking for a floater. No good. That will end the third quarter. 55-25, being 30-point lead going into the fourth quarter. It's been a really low-scoring game on both sides. But what can we say about the Warriors' defense tonight?
I mean, it's really just bringing it all back to Chandler Meeks. Him being such a great, fantastic defensive presence on the top of the key around the wing, making the Vikings players make bad decisions, making them make errant passes, as they have been a little bit, giving the Warriors an opportunity to get those steals, make plays on that defensive end, force them into bad shots, get the fast break out. Him being at the top really just trickles down, makes everyone better on the offensive end.
Yeah, I mean, Oba's really been looking for offensive shots, and the really only time he's been able to have them is when he switched up off of Chandler Meeks. I mean, Chandler Meeks has been known for one of the best defenders in the state. Of course, I can be biased, of course, here at Westside, but I would say he's one of the best defensive guys I've seen in the state. You can look at the Fiddlers, you can look at Chucky Hepburn, you can look at Hunter Salas. I mean, I don't see a guy other than Chandler Meeks when he's matched up with those top guys that anybody else can really stop him the way they do or really limit them the way he has. And I think especially only as a junior, there's a lot more development he can even bring to the table. Rizak going to give it off to Thomas. He loses the ball, and he'll be back and over. Low pass from Rizak hits Thomas in the knee.
That is probably not how you want to come out of a quarter.
Yeah, not quite right. Not quite the start he wanted. Meeks trying to work on the switch, going to work on Williams. Williams going to try to drive in. No opportunity to post up. It'll be Thomas. Thomas will try to drive in and onto Advati. Be a foul on the floor. Looks like they'll put that on Advati. Thomas will work on Advati once again. No opportunity for a pass up at the top of the key. Going to work on Higgins. Higgins going to try to drive in. Poke from Chandler Meeks. He's talking about that defense. Higgins trying to get a floater. Won't happen. And not a turnover there, but a great opportunity from Chandler Meeks. Advati looking for the layup. No good. Second chance opportunity. No good once again. It's a third chance, and it's in. Coach Thomas Lichty upset at his defense right there for the Vikings. 2 rebounds from Advati. He's got 12 points on the night. Strong 3 in the corner, and it's good. Dang, that shot looks good for Mason Strong here tonight. He's been somewhat limited comparatively to some of his games so far this season. But a beautiful stroke of Mason Strong is really going to be a big factor for the Vikings. Chandler Meeks' jumper is no good. And Vikings will bring it up the court. They will call a foul. Elijah McCullough trying to drive in. Thought he might have had 3 steps, put in 2. He'll start a foul. 5 fouls in the night for the Vikings. Here in the second half. 2 fouls on, make it 3 for the Warriors. Foul on Advati, his second of the night. Tudor going to give it off to Higgins. Corner 3. Way off the mark, and Thomas will bring it back up the court. Little shimmy shake. Try to keep the ball in, and it'll go out. Trying to put it around his back. Wasn't able to keep control of it. Dilleron Thomas going to try to get the and one. Won't fall, but he'll get 2 shots at the line. Gillespie's 3rd on the night. Gives Dilleron Thomas 2 shots. 6:11 left to go here in this 4th quarter. Warriors, first shot is up and no good. Warriors, without anything ridiculously drastic, will be able to pull this one out. A 29-point lead so far here in the 4th quarter. They would move on to 2-1 of the season. Go up against Norfolk tomorrow afternoon in Norfolk. A long drive for them. And they'll look inch closer to the Metro Holiday Tournament. Thomas can try to work on Higgins. Get this switch to Tudor. Advati looking to play out, cuts it out to Chandler Meeks. He's going to drive in, look for the layup. We'll lose the ball. And go back the other way for McCullough. Over to Strong for the layup, and it's up and good. And it's a 26-point ball game. Rizak tries to drive in, layup no good. And it's 2 behind, 3 up. Thomas gonna drive in, Gillespie gonna give it out to Strong, and he'll look to slow it down. Meeks slow to get up, working on his knee. Gonna try to work in Higgins. Give it off over to the outside. Tudor gonna drive in on Meeks, gonna lose the ball, and it'll be a foul on Dominic Rizak. Tudor this season. 20% from the free throw mark this season. It's been rough for him. Well, the first shot is up and good. Mitchell and Benning will check in for Meeks and Rizak. Meeks hopefully want to check up on that knee injury when he fell down. Just a possession to go. Reggie Thomas will bring it ball up the court, looking to get something going. Oddbody will drive in. And going to be a travel on him. Looks like he picked up his back foot. And it'll be a time, and Jim Simons will call his second time out of the second half. They're going to take a break in a minute, and so will we. We'll be right back on Warrior Television, your place for everything Westside sports. Thomas will try to work on Benning. Higgins, easy layup up and rolls in. That one was close, but a great move by Higgins to get by in the lane. Ball's gonna be out. Benning tries to keep it in. Gonna give it off to Oddbody. Gillespie for 3, no good. Rebound, Thomas gonna keep it in, throws it off at Strong, but to keep it back. Higgins, layup, no good. They'll call a foul. (57-34), 2 shots gonna come from Higgins. And first shot is up and no good. Free throw percentage so far this season for Higgins is 80%. Or excuse me, this is Williams. Excuse me, my fault. Has had 2 misses so far this season. And the second one here is good. Hit 63% from the charity strike last season. And the Vikings are going to look for a full court press. Full court press worked really well up against the Warriors last season in late game events up against Central as well as Omaha South. Basically, Gillespie looking for the jumper. No good. That one was way off. And Thomas will pass it over to Legger out to Strong. Strong will drive in on C.J. Mitchell. Marcus Strong trying to drive in the lane. They'll call a foul on the floor to Mitchell. Not quite sure what we saw there, but Strong this season, 89% from the charity strike, 50% last season, and he makes the first one. Vikings in the bonus, makes it 1-1, double bonus, makes it 2. Strong thought he might have missed that one. He puts it down. 20-point lead for the Warriors still. Oddbody going to give it off to Thomas. Over to Charlie Davis. Mitchell will work around the perimeter. Errant pass from Caleb Benning to try to give up on the charge. And we'll get a block. Caleb Benning, good block after letting up that errant pass to Reggie Thomas. It'll stay Vikings ball. McCullough, pass out, Benning. Almost forces the turnover.
Benning, 2 great defensive possessions after giving that ball up on the steal.
McCullough trying to work on Mitchell, drives in. They cut it back out to Thomas, working on Benning. Try to drive out and reset. Thomas still trying to work on Benning and forces the foul. Benning not happy with that one. But Chandler Meeks fired up on the bench. It seemed like good defense on both sides, and Thomas gave him a little bit of a handshake after that one. Might not have been the greatest call on the referee's end. 3:30 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Going to be a 1-1 for Delron Thomas. Thomas has not had a free throw percentage this season, was not a part of the team last season as he is a freshman. Reggie Thomas going to work on Strong, going to give it off to Advati. Thomas try to choose some clock, looking for the screen, won't get it. Will drive in, cut it out to Caleb Benning, over to Mitchell. He'll drive in, cut it out to Benning. Davis over to Thomas. He's going to drive in, looking into the lane, looking to try to find something. We'll cut it out to Mitchell. 4-3, no good. Strong needs something desperate here if they want to get back in this one. Under 3 minutes left to go. It's a 24-point deficit. And there'll be another foul on Reggie Thomas. Both coaches tonight feeling that these referees tonight have been a little bit ticky-tacky. But Thomas, that's his second of the game, and one away from the double bonus for the Vikings. Strong's first shot is no good. That's where he has really lacked these last couple of seasons.
You might say that was a little not strong enough.
We'll go with that one. Strong second shot is up and good. Almost a bad pass. Thomas trying to drive in, looks for the layup, no good. Second chance from Advati is good. That's exactly what you want to see from this kind of offense. Simon's fired up for that one. 14 points for Tate Advati tonight. And being able to get that second chance help is so important up against good teams. And one for Keyshawn Williams. Way to bounce back on that one. Again, 2:33 left to go here in this one. It's about a 21-point lead for the Warriors. Make that 20. But here tonight, it's really Warriors looking to keep the victory with only 2:33 left to go. And the and one attempt is good to make it 18. Mitchell will force the foul from Keyshawn Williams on the back end. Warriors one away from the bonus at 6 fouls for the Vikings. Benning. Give it off to Mitchell. Mitchell around the perimeter, still looking for something to find. Benning. Advati looking for another layup opportunity. It's good. Tate Advati, physical presence. It's exactly what Simons wanted when he saw him come into this program. Long three, Mason Strong, goodness gracious. Look, about a 30-footer, good, and he made it look easy. Thomas looking to bounce back, three, opportunity no good out the front iron. Almost blocked a pass. Strong going to try to bring the ball back up court, looking for the jumper, no good out the back iron. Advati driving in again. Another jumper attempt. Dang. Tate Advati, what have a night, kid. Elron Thomas looking for a three. He makes it look easy. This is the kind of offense that you want to see from the Vikings going into the rest of the season. It's been a struggle tonight. Going to get to about a minute left to go. And Westside will call its timeout to bring in some subs with 1:13 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Braden Gregorich, London, Stubblefield. And looks like Logan Wilson will check in for the Warriors. Only person left on the bench who's not played tonight, Bo Lucas. He's the man. He's the big hoss, Bo Lucas. Got to get him in tonight. We'll see if Simons wants to put him in late here.
He's a little bit too good. That's why Simon decides to keep him on the bench. He wants to keep the game as fair as possible.
First season as high school basketball for Bo Lucas. Was a state champion for football. And he likes to have a lot of fun on the basketball court. Logan Wilson looking for the layup. He will be fouled with 58 seconds left to go.
Speak of the devil.
And Bo Lucas, Haas himself, looks like he's going to check back into the ball game after two possible shots for Logan Wilson. Wilson this season hasn't had a free throw opportunity. He was 50% in some limited opportunities last week. And Charlie Davis will check in. Bo Lucas will check into the ball game for the Warriors. And his first minutes as a Westside Warrior basketball player. Wilson's second shot is no good. Stubblefield will try to push it out and will get the rebound for the Warriors. Gregorich looking actually at some offers after a really good summer season working for the Crusaders. Gregorich looking for a three himself. No good off the outside, and the Vikings will look to push it back up court. Wilson. And clock is off. Sorry, we're having some problems tonight. 30 seconds left here in this ball game. Bo Lucas, no good from three, and he'll force a foul. Keep the clock running here. 25 seconds left to go here in this fourth quarter. Bo Lucas almost had his first points, but will force a foul. And in the double bonus, the Vikings will go, and they'll get two shots. Senior forward Trey Lager, 6'3", 170. Averaged 0.3 points so far this season. Did not play as a junior. And his first shot is no good. Second shot way off. And the Warriors will look to run down the clock here and move on to 2-1. They'll go up against Norfolk tomorrow night, as we mentioned. Mitchell will actually drive in, will cut it out. Two line in Stubblefield. 4-3, no good. He'll try to keep the ball back in. Will lose out of bounds. Almost hit our photographer down in the field, down in the court, Zoe Gillespie. Inches away from a nasty situation. Vikings will look to end out this clock here. 5 seconds left to go. And the Warriors will win it with a score of 64-47. They move on to 2-1 on the season. Big win for the Warriors here tonight. They move on to 2-1. Like we said, they'll go to Norfolk tomorrow afternoon. Be a great win for them tonight. Our player of the game, Tate Advati, we'll get him up here in a moment. Give a quick interview with our player of the game tonight. Big win for the Warriors. They move on to 2-1 on the season. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the post-game show here on Warrior Television when we come back. on the WTV Live post-game show. I'm with tonight's player of the game, Tate Advati. And, what a great night for you here tonight. You come back going into Elkhorn South as a freshman. You come here trying to be someone of the big man that this team kind of lacked in this season. You had a little bit of a struggling first 2 games. How are you able to bounce back in this big win?
Just short-term memory and just moving on to the next game, just focusing one game at a time.
All right, for you this season, you averaged 12.3 over at Elkhorn South. You really come into this kind of scheme, as a little bit more of a power forward. You're really able to, drive in tonight. How are you guys able to get, open shots here tonight?
Just getting into the paint and kicking out and finding your teammates for open threes, and teammates were just knocking down shots, getting in the paint, kicking out.
Yeah, so, tonight for you guys, overall this team is really young comparatively. You only have, 3 seniors a part of this team. It's a really, youth core team. With that, you can see a lot of small mistakes going with the inexperience with those sides. But, for really you guys have really been defensively sound overall. How do you feel your defensive scheme has worked so far this season?
We changed it up, so, last year they weren't running the same thing. We're just trying to pressure more because that's what gives our offense trouble is pressure. So we've been just working every day in practice and pressuring the ball and getting in the passing lanes.
All right, so you go up against Norfolk tomorrow. You're going to go, a little bit over a week away until the Metro Conference Tournament. What do you guys have to do in these next couple of games to get you guys really solidified as, the best team you guys can possibly be going to the Metro Tournament?
I'd just say fixing up the little things. The little things for sure, just closing out games for sure, not fouling at the end of the games and getting stops for sure.
All right, thank you so much here tonight.
Yep,
Tate
appreciate it.
Advati, our player of the game here tonight on WTV Live. Great game. Warriors win it. They'll go play Norfolk tomorrow afternoon here on WTV Live. My name is Jaden Taylor. Alongside me tonight, Kaden Martin, Tally Peace, Sydney Rollis, as well as Maddie Schlegel. Thank you guys so much, and have a wonderful night on Warrior Television.